Spider-Man 2, aka Spider-Man No More, is a sequel to Spider-Man 1 and was directed by, you guessed it, Sam Raimi. This review will have spoilers in it, so if you haven't watched the movie, go ahead and watch it. But if you have watched it, or you just don't care about the spoilers, please continue watching this review. The same cast is back, except they brought Alfred Molina to portray the villain, Otto Octavius, aka Doc Ock. We'll talk about him later. Man, somehow they made Peter even more relatable. He's now a varsity student, trying to maintain a stable life. He's got bills to pay, attend classes, have a job, be in a relationship, and be a superhero. Okay, the last one doesn't count since no one can relate to it, but still. In addition to all of that, he's losing his powers. And it sucks, you know. As a kid, I'd always hate that part of the movie. It was depressing because he'd be watching all these bad things happen to people and he couldn't help because he didn't have his powers. Just to be clear, you don't need powers in order to help people. Calling the police or the fire department is helpful. I love the fact that Peter actually risked his life in order to save that little girl. He didn't even have his powers at the time. They both could have died. If a hero like Spider-Man is able to lose his powers and still risk his life in order to save others, it just shows that powers don't necessarily make the hero, it's their character. MJ, I loved her more here. However, she did want another guy to kiss her while she was engaged. But I guess we forgive her since the other guy is Peter Parker. I'm really analyzing this movie.
Kiss you.
I need to know something. Just one kiss.
She had more to do here. In the first one, we found out that she had her own hopes and dreams. Here, we see her execute those dreams, and I appreciated that. Honestly, I don't understand why Peter or Spider-Man couldn't tell Harry what happened that night his father died. I truly feel like he had multiple opportunities to do it. 2 years is a lot of time to confess to someone, especially your best friend. I don't expect Peter to tell him I'm Spider-Man, but I still feel like it should have been done. Spider-Man could have just told him your father accidentally killed himself in an attempt to kill me. In the first movie, Harry and Peter are best friends. Here, they set up their conflict, and in the third one, that's where they battle it out. Otto Octavius is definitely my favorite villain of the trilogy. His ambition got the best of him. He lost his wife and his mind for a while. He ended up righting those wrongs. Redemption is very important. Realizing that you've done something wrong and then fixing that mistake surely makes a person grow. I'm super psyched that we'll get to see him again in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Guy named Otto Octavius winds up with 8 limbs. What are the odds?
I'll talk about my 3 favorite moments about the movie. But before I do, please take a few seconds to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps it grow. My 3 favorite moments. I'll end with the best. First, when Peter was driving his scooter or bike, whatever it was, he almost got ran over. Before the car arrived, he did this massive backflip in order to avoid getting hit. Afterwards, these 2 kids saw what he just did and they reacted the way any kid would. It was such a funny reaction.
How'd you do that?
Work out, plenty of rest. You know, eat your green vegetables.
That's what my mom is always saying. I just never actually believed her.
The second one is the moment where his powers return. Peter's powers were gone for a while and he was about to kiss MJ. Before he did, Doc Ock threw a car at them. It was no doubt an awesome scene. It was kind of unexpected. You just heard this ringing or whistle followed by slow motion. Peter jumped to protect MJ. While they were on the ground, the car just flew past them. After Octavius threw him to the wall, which by the way could have also killed him, Peter rose out of the rubble in such an epic way. The final one, well, you guessed it, the train scene, considered by many to be the coolest thing Spider-Man has done on the big screen. The fight starts on the clock building and then it moves onto the roof of the train and then Peter stopping it. The whole fight was cool, especially when they were fighting on the side of it. Peter had like a close encounter with the opposite train. I kind of wish the movie was re-released in 3D and with better CGI. It ended with Peter having to stop the train with his body because Doc Ock damaged the controls. It was smart thinking on Peter's side. What else could he have done? His facial expression just showed you that he was giving it everything he had. His biceps tore the suit, the front of the train was bending, he was yelling. You kind of felt what he was feeling. I love that the New Yorkers actually stopped him from falling. It was smart thinking from their side. He passed out from exerting so much strength and power trying to stop the train. They carried him above with such importance, almost as if he was an angel or something. I loved that. Once again, the people of New York showed their love and appreciation for their friendly neighborhood hero. It was beautiful. Aunt May also got more to do. She gave Peter great advice. She motivated him, in fact. Apparently, people are saying that she knew that he was Spider-Man. That's why she gave him that speech and even had a kid there to kind of show him how much Spider-Man means to people. I'm not sure if she did know, because if she did, as far as I can remember, it was never really addressed in the third one. I don't know. Did anyone else notice that this movie had elements of horror in it? For a moment, JJ felt guilty about attacking Spider-Man in the past. It was one of those moments where you only appreciate someone once they're gone. As always, he brought some humor to the film. His son was left at the altar and he was worried about the food. I love the fact that they didn't focus too much on Harry finding out that Peter is Spider-Man. It was handled well in my opinion. All the characters had their own motivations. Their characters were fleshed out properly. Man, Peter was getting beaten down over and over again. It was depressing. They just kept knocking him down. The girl that he loves got engaged. He loses his best friend and his job. All of that made the ending even more satisfying. MJ finds out that he's Spider-Man, and I won't lie, when I rewatched that scene, I got goosebumps. It truly felt earned. At the end of the movie, Peter left to go help people. MJ was left alone. Her smile kind of faded away, almost as if she realized what she had just done. Dating a superhero will not be easy. This was an incredible story. Somehow they made the hero appear strong and sympathetic at the same time. That's one of the things I love about Spider-Man. He's someone that you want to support. He's just so relatable. In my opinion, he's the most relatable superhero. There was a lot of character development, a great villain, and a beautiful ending. That is why I am proud to give Spider-Man 2 5 stars. This is probably my favorite Spider-Man movie. So, Spider-Man 2, have you watched it? What do you think about it? Besides the train scene, what is your favorite moment about the movie? Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one.